Well, it has been quite a while, hasn't it? Um, I don't really know what to say, but I've been really itching to get back into YouTube stuff, and I thought there's no better place to come back to than one of my favorite games of all time. Uh, Smash has been pretty big lately with Ultimate. Um, even though it's died down, um, been so many crossovers for a bunch of different games and different universes. I really want to show why this one is so special to me. Today we're going to start our playthrough of the Subspace Emissary in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And we are right in it. Um, I don't know who I want to play. I'll go with Kirby. He's always a fun, easy beginner character. For some sharp-eyed viewers out there, Mario's like entrance, where he gets like thrown in, is possibly a reference to Melee and its intro. So Melee, for those who are unacquainted with the series, we can kind of talk about that. While I apparently just decimate Mario, holy shit. We'll get back to that in just a second. And now everyone joins in because there's these unknown guys here. But yeah, quick overview for anyone who doesn't know much of Smash, but Smash is a Nintendo property where it's just a huge platformer fighter crossover. Oh, I hope that doesn't pop up in the capture. Fucking Windows security. Um, Big crossover platformer fighter amongst Nintendo characters and a lot of guest characters, especially in recent games. Brawl was the third game in the series, following up Melee, which is very, very popular for its competitive scene. Um, and this one, I believe, may have been intended to be the end of the Smash series. So they really went all out with it and created this story mode, which I think is something quite special, even if not everyone was a fan of it when it first came out. I think people have started to come back on it and really appreciate it for what it was. And some of the criticisms that I've heard in the past, we'll talk about it, maybe have a discussion about those decisions, and yeah. I really want to show you why this is so special to me, and maybe talk about how it got me into gaming. But first, And our first boss as Kirby. Maybe I should have played as Mario since he is gone. So as you see in this boss fight, we have 2 health bars, and depending on who you save, will kind of change the rest of our playthrough in little subtle ways. I'll get more into it later, and also the ways it changes, but also why I'm gonna rescue Peach, or at least attempt to. There was a little bit of an issue for those who've been paying close attention to my YouTube channel. I originally had this series recorded, and have to re-record now. And originally I recorded Peach, so I'm going to keep things consistent. And with that, our first stage is clear, and the stakes are set. And yeah, with that, um, to kind of discuss what happened last time, or in the last level, yeah, our threats have already been established. There's some enemies we don't really know about. Some characters that we do know about are seeming trying to collect trophies of other characters. So, but yeah, we also have those subspace bombs, which leveled that whole stadium, and we don't really know what happened to it, or if the explosion keeps on going. So, all we need to know, or all we know, is that we need to stop it. Oh, shit. Yeah. By the way, those little things that I've been popping, those squares that provide items or trophies, they are, of course, there for trophies and collectibles if you want them. But they are how you get 100% completion in this mode. You'll get a little crown over a level symbol if you get all the boxes in a level. I don't think there's a 100% completion bonus, so I will not be going for all of them, unless I want to, like, kind of talk more about the level, and just need more time to discuss everything, because there's so much I want to talk about, but man, these segments are going fast so far. And we were, sorry. We've recovered Mario. So let's give him a shot. But yes, speaking of the other character, Pit, let's give him a little bit of a highlight. Because, at this time in Smash Brothers history, Pit was only in 2, I believe, NES games, back in the day. There's like the original Kid Icarus and then another game, like Monsters and something. This was before Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS, so he was a pretty relatively unknown character at the time. So it was kind of bizarre that he gets an inclusion in this game. But, you know, with a lot of these lesser known characters that appear in the main story, the Subspace Emissary, they are just delightfully portrayed. It really shows the best of everyone, both characters that are well known and characters you definitely won't know or wouldn't know about up until this point. The animation's really weird. As a kid, even though, like, I think a lot of the characters are done really well, Pit didn't really, like, stand out to me super well. But honestly, he's introduced in the early game where there's a lot of tough competition. You know, at the time I only really knew Mario. I thought Kirby was super cool as a child. And, you know, I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I definitely had a huge Peach crush as a child, so Pit wasn't as memorable at the time. And yeah, another level down. And now we see that those enemies that we've been seeing everywhere. They're called pyramids. So we'll keep that in mind. And yeah, Skyworld, by the way. I didn't get all the boxes. I skipped that one door, so we get a flag instead of a crown. And that other level, that first level, we can't revisit it. Yeah, it's completely gone. And here we go. On one of the most unnecessary levels of all time. It is cool, though. Very quiet and atmospheric. We're on the halberd. Unlike most of the enemies here, this is not a Smash original. And yeah, Peach didn't get enough time to shine, so we're gonna go and pick her. So yeah, the what we now know are pyramids. They're almost equivalent to a Goomba type enemy. They're the most common enemies you'll see, but there will be a lot of variants. Most of the variants we've seen so far are one's just holding different types of weapons. So like that pyramid, just the regular brawler. I don't remember if we've seen a sword fighter, but that will be one of them. But yeah, we're seeing a bunch of new enemies. These, I forgot what they're called, fish eyes or fiesh. That'll be a trend where most of the enemies in this game freaked me out as a child. Like that little sleeping like bear guy that wakes up and goes into a frenzy. He's freaky. The eyes are freaky. Just everything in this game is so fucking creepy. Ooh, thank you though. Oh, shoot. But yeah, I'll definitely bring that up. I doubt that'll be the last time. Like even these SPACs, like when they also go into a frenzy, it freaked me out. To be fair, I was a bit of a cowardly child. I have a whole list of like games that I couldn't complete just because I was too scared of like a certain aspect of them. Like Mario Galaxy, Mega Leg, and then Bowser. Like I went through like long periods where I would not finish a certain segment of the game just because I was freaked out by like those bosses. In Mario Kart DS, it was the walking trees in Luigi's Mansion. Luckily, I've been scarred for life by the internet, so, you know, not much really freaks me out anymore. I kid. Slightly. One of the things that we can discuss more later on is, I'm playing on hard mode, and from what I understand, the difficulty, of course it like affects health and damage and knockback, I believe, but also in some areas, the extra life that we got earlier would not appear in harder modes. I think certain traps become like faster, like it's a bunch of different like niche difficulty things that get affected. Oh, come on, counter. Well, that didn't do shit. I want to slap him. Ooh. I'm going to do something funny and slap him to death, but you know, I guess I pay for it. And that's it. Alright, well actually on a second thought, I think we've covered quite a lot here, and I kind of want this to just kind of like settle and not introduce too much. So I think next time we'll start with the jungle and go from there. I hope you guys are interested in the story so far, even though there's been very little. So I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.